Welcome to MEA Cafe. Welcome to MEA Cafe. I'm your host, Sarah Masood. Today we're joined by two cast members from TLC's All-American Muslim, Nader and Nina. Welcome.
Hi.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Awalan, congratulations on your newborn.
Thank you very much.
How's your wife?
She's good, alhamdulillah.
Good, alhamdulillah. Aside to you guys being here, there are 6 cast members, or 6 families on the show. That includes Suhaila and Shadia, your wife, Nawal, Fawad, Mike and Angela, yourself, and we also have Samira and Ali.
Right.
And tell us, we're going to get into a lot of concepts within the show. I've watched a few videos, obviously the community here in Michigan has, and I want the meaning behind the title. Explain to the viewers a little bit about what the meaning of the All-American Muslim means.
Okay. All-American Muslim basically is exactly what it says.
Okay.
It's Americans who were born and raised in the United States that are from Arab descent,
Okay.
and believe in the religion of Islam. And basically what we're doing is we're living the American lifestyle, but we also revert back to our Muslim religion for, guidance and our morals, our ethics. And basically we're just being American, but still upholding our Muslim roots.
All right. Well, what is the concept behind all from the title All-American Muslims? Because, for example, every community has a different outlook on Islam and how they live. So can we really say all as a national? This is a national show. So how do you guys feel that it relates to that? Is it proper? Many of the show, and I'm asking this because many that watch the show cannot say this isn't how we all are. So there are a lot of arguments. How do you define that?
Well, see, the show is not supposed. It's not.
Yeah, it's all American. So I mean, we're definitely all American on the show. So
Right.
that's not a lie. It's in the title. We're all American. But being a Muslim, definitely in any religion, everybody lives differently, whether you're a Christian or a Muslim or a Jew.
Okay.
So
The,
there's definitely some differences within the families, and you can see that, and that's the beautiful thing about the show is that you can be a religion, but you can be diverse, and you can practice differently. So we are definitely all American.
yeah, what you have to remember also is the show. This is not a show about a religion.
Okay.
Okay. Coincidentally, we all believe in
Right.
the same religion.
Right.
You have, like, for example, the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Right.
Does that mean every housewife in Atlanta is that particular
That
way?
would behave that
Yeah.
way.
Right. So,
Okay.
it just so happens that it's a title.
It just so happened that we're all Americans who
Okay.
happen to be Muslim.
Right.
Okay, and you're saying all American.
Yeah.
Now, many Americans, let's step aside from being Arab American, many Americans who are going to watch the show, to them, all American has a different definition than what an Arab American would have it. So how would you guys think of that?
Well, we can only speak on our behalf.
Okay.
So for me, I'm American. I was born and raised here. I do what all Americans do. I happen to believe in a faith that is a minority in America,
Okay.
but my faith teaches me morals and ethics that help me as a person put a better message out to society, to better society,
Okay.
and to better the American society.
Now, you're speaking of having the morality within your faith and your culture. who came up with the concept of the show? Did TLC approach? Did you approach TLC? Did you
No.
guys, as a community, feel the need to have something
No,
like this?
TLC found us.
Yeah,
I mean,
Okay.
it's
approached
so,
us.
they're like usual. I mean, they go out and they cast
Okay.
families and they look for. They had the idea and then they
Okay.
went around looking for families and.
Right.
Okay. Now, the general purpose of the show, as you guys say, is a bit to show nationally how you guys live, right?
Right.
But give us a general description, a little bit of more of an in-depth for somebody that hasn't watched it yet. You guys have had a couple episodes since.
So it's a realistic viewpoint
Okay.
into an American lifestyle that people don't get to see a lot of. And there's a lot of misconceptions that are like attached to it that
Mhm.
what the show hopes to do is remove those misconceptions.
Now, what was your personal decision? Why did you feel it was that important that you decided to say, okay, I want to be on here? What is it that you're going through, maybe with you and your wife? I know that it's concentrated on families. There are 6 families, so, and I can't ask the rest, but for you guys, why was it important for you to say, I want to be on the show?
I don't know. The whole situation, I mean, when you're approached by a huge network, especially TLC, you don't know what to think of it. I mean, I knew it was a reality show, and they just wanted me to be myself, and I was fine with that. I didn't have an issue with letting them into my home.
Yeah,
And
I think we're all just very comfortable
Yeah.
who we are as
Okay.
people, and the idea was very is an attractive idea to us.
Okay.
And we felt like, you know, why not? Why not, you know, let people in to see what it's like to be American and to be Muslim.
Okay. Now, I'm going to step aside from a little bit for the fact to ask, it's very personal to have cameras in your household. In our culture, being Arabic, it's quite new. And how are you guys comfortable with allowing personal, intimate moments in the house, or personal things that happen normally to be seen? This is what you said, that's okay. So you went for it. You said you're comfortable with doing that. But are there any cultural things that you guys are a little bit not too comfortable with showing, or are you completely yourself?
No, like for me and my wife, we're completely ourselves.
Okay.
Obviously, my wife wears on her head, so they're not going to film her in the morning waking up,
Right.
you know, putting
Okay.
on the scarf.
Yeah, certain things like that.
You know,
right.
so there's things that we had to, that TLC abided by from our requests.
Right.
But for the most part, I mean, we did everything else. It was all natural.
Now, how comfortable are you guys, being husband and wife, and not just you, with the rest of the crowd? And I know some of them are okay with, throwing a few kisses and things like that. Being in the home, that's something that you do as comfortably. Would that be okay? Did you guys think of that, or did you say, I'm just going to be as normal as I can and just?
I mean, it's funny. After a while,
Yeah.
you kind of like
You kinda get
invite
used
these
to it.
people into your
Yeah.
home, and they're
Okay.
like there. So like you
Okay.
forget that they're there. You're
Right.
just living your life.
Have you guys shot anything until now that you're like, wait a minute, I want that out?
No,
No, we're happy with everything
Yeah,
that's
Happy?
put out
Okay.
there.
Well,
It's
first
fine.
of all, how do you guys perceive Dearborn, specifically because it is shot in Dearborn? How do you guys perceive Dearborn is welcoming the show, the appeal of it?
Well, Dearborn's, it's our community and it supports,
Okay.
and it's created a lot of dialogue, and everyone's got opinions, and we're very open to all opinions. So
Okay.
it helps us really take a look at ourselves, and Dearborn takes a look at itself also,
Right.
and it sees what's out there, and it's able to look and take and learn from it. So it's a positive in any which way you look at it.
Do you feel that there is a misconception of the community? Do you feel people in general either misconcept Muslims in general or here in Dearborn? Is it two separate factors for you, or is it one?
You know, I mean, I think in a whole, you know, we're everyone's comfortable with who they are, and everyone does their thing, you know. And the beauty about being in Dearborn is that when push comes to shove,
Okay.
at the end of the day, everyone comes together, you know, and that's the most important thing, is that we unite. So what the whole goal hopefully would be to unite on a whole home front across the country.
Yeah, but I mean, we didn't expect to do the show and then expect everybody to be like, you know, happy about it or supporting it. I mean, obviously people have their own opinions.
Right.
Right.
And it seems so far, obviously as it is right now, there's a lot of judgment towards Islam, towards the Muslim communities, towards Arab in general. And the community itself seems to be judgmental towards the show. A lot of people are angry. Some are embarrassed. People don't agree that there should even be a show like this. What do you have to say to those people that think this way?
You know, you know, it's not like we. First of all, the show is not for Dearborn.
Sure. Can we not answer that?
I mean,
It's been
no, I know, but still, you know, the show is not for Dearborn.
Okay.
You know, and we are people just like anyone else. You know,
Okay.
and everyone in all facets of life is struggling.
Okay.
So we're not saying that we're here, that we're perfect, and we're not
Okay.
here promoting our religion. You know, this is our life.
Okay.
And whether we deal with external or internal struggles, everyone struggles, you know. So, you know, if people are angry, people are angry. If people are happy, people are happy.
Now, you guys can't expect everybody to have a positive outlook on this, or the negativity is going to come with that, and with any show. So this is something that I kind of took an overlook, and you guys are either going to be attacked, accepted, and obviously both will come. I just wanted to ask you a little bit about how you've been approached since you show on the show that you want to approach opening a nightclub.
It's funny because I go out and then I get like a lot of girls who come up and hug me and thank me for being honest. And I mean, if people are saying negative things, they're not saying it to me. I mean, they're writing about it or they're complaining about it, but I don't feel bad about it and I don't regret it because it is really who I am. I'm not lying on the show and I'm not pretending or anything, and I am a Muslim and I am all-American and I'm a businesswoman.
Okay.
So some people don't like the idea. I mean, I'm not forcing it upon anybody. I mean, this is my life.
Well, what I do like is the fact that as a businesswoman, you thought of something that you want to do and you want to go for it, right?
Yeah.
Yet there are those. By the way, have you guys read the comments?
No.
I don't read any of the comments.
You haven't. Do you know what people think of the show? Do you know what's going on? Or
I mean, we only hear, and that's
You only
speculation.
hear.
So
Okay.
you know, we
Yeah.
just
so, for example, when you approach the idea that you want to open a nightclub, many look at that and say that's not appropriate for a Muslim. Yet no one wants to think of it as a business decision. You know, many can say, oh my God, she's going to open this and it's going to be this way and that way, but nobody's going to be like, what if it's actually appealing in a nice lounge? You just so happen to have liquor. A lot of people just think of the negative side. And a lot of these comments are coming from Muslims themselves, same Arab American Muslims that live here in Dearborn. And a lot of people feel that it shouldn't be shown, or that this particular character, who happens to be you, is not being the right way.
Yeah.
And
see, the thing about it, it's like, what is the right way? I mean, who is to judge somebody's living the right way, or this is the way to be a Muslim and not. I mean, I honestly grew up believing that you are a Muslim when you define